You have like 20 marks for your internal, right? What you were asked to do for that? Did you submit some assignment or something?
Yes, ma'am. I've done assignment on legal materials.
Legal materials, all right.
Uh,
So,
Legal materials and what is it? Something called orbiter dicta something. Orbiter
acha, obiter dictum. Okay.
dictum.
So,
Orbiter dictum.
yeah. So, were you asked to give some reference or bibliography or something when you were doing the research?
No, no, ma'am.
No. All right. So, how did you prepare that answer for your assignment? Did you refer some books, online materials? How did you do it?
No, only orbiter dicta I referred the internet, ma'am.
Hmm.
But for the legal material, I just copied from the textbook.
From the textbook. Okay. Which textbook are you using?
No, they
That
gave me
is,
some Xerox,
okay.
some notes they gave me from the college, so
Mhm.
I just copied and given.
Okay. Fine. So see, when you are doing a study, when you are writing one assignment, doing a research or something, you do not
Mm,
write everything from your own, right? You take help from someone else's work. Maybe it's a textbook from where you are taking help. Maybe it's some internet source that you are taking help, right? Basically, you
mm,
take help from other different sources. All right.
mm,
Now,
mm,
all those people, right, author of that particular book or whoever has prepared that PDF online, those people have put their hard work in that particular work, right? That
mm,
author might have sat for hours together to write that particular book. What you did is
mm.
you simply had to copy paste the thing and you submitted your
Mm.
assignment, right? So
Correct.
what happens is you need to give credit to that particular person, all right, that yes, I have written this particular answer, but I have taken help from this other person. Okay, that means you are
Mm,
giving credit to that person. So those things are important for your research, all right. You need to give citations or you need to give footnotes. Have you come across that question? There is a question, right? Write a short note on footnote.
footnotes. Correct, ma'am.
Yeah, so footnote is nothing but giving like acknowledging somebody else's work, right? You basically acknowledge that yes, I have written this assignment, but I took help from this particular author of this textbook or this writer of this particular PDF or online material. All right, you basically do that. So with that only we have related concepts, citation and footnote. What is citation? We
Mm.
are going to see that. Okay, so
Okay,
there's,
okay, ma'am.
I think it was there in one of your previous question papers also, write a short note on modes of citation. How do you
Correct.
cite somebody else's work, right? So we will
Mm,
see that. Again, you can go for one introduction. As I told you, it's related to research or study on a certain topic, right? So in your
mm,
intro, you can write about it. What is research or what is a study on a certain topic? You can write that. So you
mm,
can say that research or a study on anything involves literature review. That means if you are preparing your answer, you cannot sit and start writing it. You would need some
mm,
material to refer, right? You would need some Xerox copy, you would need some textbook, some online material, something you would need. That is called as
mm,
literature review. That means literature
mm,
is what? Some books or some materials which you are reviewing. That means if you
mm,
have this one book, what are you doing? You are reading this particular book, you are going through it, seeing what is relevant for you and what not, right? That is called as
mm,
literature review. You are basically revisiting or reviewing a book or material which you have, right? So you can
mm,
mention that research or study on anything involves literature review. Here, a researcher mainly tries to read the existing documents or materials on the topic of study and get some idea on how to go about with the study. If suddenly
mm,
from your college they would have told you, okay, fine, tomorrow you write something on obiter dictum and submit it. All right, you have not even heard this word obiter dictum ever in your life. You cannot simply
mm,
write. right? You would need to refer some books, some documents, then only you would be able to write. So that is called as literature review, where you try to read some existing documents, existing books, or materials which someone has already prepared, and then you get some idea on what is obiter dictum all about, right? You get some idea, and then you can proceed with your answer or assignment accordingly, right?
Mm.
However, copying someone else's work or taking references without giving due credit is considered to be unethical, right? That means it's morally incorrect that you simply copy paste someone else's work and then you produce it to be yours. You need to give due credit to the other person. That is what is about ethics of research, all right? Basically, it should be morally correct. Morally, you have an obligation to give due credit to that other person. If you do not do it, it is called as plagiarism. That means you are copying someone else's work without giving due credit. Okay, so citation is also related to that thing only, giving credit. What is citation? Citation is a process of giving credit to the original author of a study. You give credit that, yes, this person, this author of this particular book had written this thing and I have taken reference from him or her. There are three common methods of referring to a source document in the text of an essay, thesis, or assignment. Whether you are writing an article, whether you are writing some assignment, or you are writing thesis of some PhD program, whatever it is, you have three main ways of citing someone else's work, right? You can take reference that this particular person has written this thing, right? You can give citation of that person. What are these three different ways or modes? We are going to see that. First one that we have is direct quotation from another source. What is quotation? Sometimes we see, right, motivation quotes, then study motivation quotes, this quote, that quote. What is quotation?
You're asking me, ma'am?
Yeah. What is quotation? You must have seen, right? Study
Quote,
motivation quotes, this quote, that quote.
yeah, I have seen, madam. Quotation means some of the reviews what the person has said something about some particular thing, madam.
Yes. Right? One person has said something about a particular thing. Like Gandhiji said, right? Hate sin, not the sinner. So whatever that sentence is, we would get it within quotes. Right? That means whatever the person had said, exactly we are mentioning that. That is why it is within quotes always. So that is quotation. That means when you are writing an assignment, when you are writing a research paper or a thesis, you can quote someone else's work exactly as it is, right? Maybe you can write one entire paragraph. It may be one single sentence, one single word. It can be anything that you want to quote, but you would give it within quotation and you will also mention that as said by Mahatma Gandhi, this is the quotation, as said by this particular judge, this is the quotation, right? So quotation is the first way of citation. What you do in quotation is, as you said, whatever someone has already said on that particular thing, we simply put it as it is, right? That is quoting. So first one is direct quotation from another source. Maybe Mahatma Gandhi had written one book where he had said certain things. We are directly quoting from that book. Abdul Kalam had written something in his book. We are directly quoting it from there, right? So that is the first way, direct quotation from another source. We are simply copy pasting it within quotes, we are putting it. All right, that is the first way we can do it. That you would mostly see also if you are reading some articles and all, right, you will see that. Second is paraphrasing and summarizing. What is summarizing a thing or paraphrasing something?
Summarizing, madam, reading everything about their reviews or research, and we are just taking, or we are coming to conclusion. Maybe right or wrong, I don't know.
Yes, we basically try to sum up the thing, right? Maybe I have written 5 pages of something, you sum up that in 3 sentences maybe, right? Like some movies would run for like 2-3 hours. If you do not have, maybe someone will just tell you the story in 5 minutes, right? If there is some cricket or some matches going on, you don't have time to watch the entire match, maybe you can see the highlights. What is that? It's like summary of what how the match went, right? So that is how it is also paraphrasing and summarizing. What you do here is
summarizing.
Yeah, what you do here is take, for example, this is one book that is written by one author. It is having 50 pages. All right. What you do is basically summarize it. You say that in this particular book written by so and so author, the author highlighted that criminal justice system in India is not working fine only because of one reason. Why? That there is lack of appointment with regard to judges in court. Right? Number of judges are less as compared to how many cases are coming every day. That is the main reason. But to explain that reason, author has written 50 pages. Okay, you are summarizing it in 2 sentences. That is summarizing or paraphrasing, right? Maybe someone has written one entire book on Corona, how the situation went, all about 2020, 2021, everything. Someone doing a research in 2050 just saying that, okay, as per this particular author, the main reason of spread of corona is because of ignorance amongst people. Okay, so you are summarizing it only in 1 sentence, right? So that's what, that is nothing but you are citing this person's work and you are summarizing it in 1 or 2 sentences, right? And there is one more thing, paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Para isn't like a paragraph. You are rephrasing it. Okay, maybe there is a provision that says, you know, like a very complicated provision. Okay, that this is how you need to fill form for LLB course in KSLU. This is what is the fees. This is how you need to proceed. This, that. It's like very complicated. You try to simplify it. That means information is same only. Whatever is there in that document, you are writing the same thing, but in a more simpler way, in a more easy to understand way. So that is what, nothing but paraphrasing. Information is exactly the same. You are just paraphrasing it. You are rephrasing it to a more simpler version. Right?
Understood, ma'am.
Yeah. So these are the 2 different ways. Then third one is citing the whole of a document. You are citing the whole document as it is. Okay, take for example, you are doing a research on corona, all right, and then you said, okay, fine, this nationwide lockdown thing is a very good step taken by government, all that thing you are mentioning. There, what you are doing, you are saying that under notification so and so, government had announced nationwide lockdown. Okay, that means you are citing that whole of the notification. You are mentioning the notification date, time, everything, so that anyone who is interested can refer that particular document. Right? That means what? You are citing the whole of a document. Or maybe you are simply saying that, okay, fine, KSLU is conducting semester examinations every 6 months. This, that in 2021, they announced the dates by this particular notification. You are giving notification, date and time. That means you are citing the whole document. Anyone who is interested can refer that document. Okay, so these are the 3 different ways of citing someone else's work in your research or in your document. Okay. Then you can give one conclusion that research involves a lot of effort from the part of researcher, and that is the reason it is very important that we give credit to whoever has written something and we have taken reference from any existing work. Thus, having knowledge on the ethics of research is vital for a researcher, right? We should know what we need to do, how we can give credit and all that stuff. Only then we would be able to follow those steps. right? So this is with regard to write a short note on methods of citation. Is it clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, so you can simply remember the 3 different types which we have. You will be able to explain it yourself.